Okay, here we are back at Whimsical Farm for another delicious frittata. So today what we're going to do, we're going to use our jalapeno cheddar cheese smoked sausages. This is the Eckrich that we always like. And also, let me show you what else we're going to use. We've got some nice hot sausage here. I went ahead and made that out as a patty. There's our Eckrich jalapeno and cheddar links. And then off to the side, we've got a little bit of bacon there. That was some leftovers in the fridge. And I've got some onions too. So we've got some chopped up onions. So to make it really simple today, we want to get all this stuff cooked about 80 to 85%, something like that. So let's go ahead and throw this in the oven. Throw that in the oven at 425 degrees and we'll get that cooking. So I'm only going to cook that. Let's just do that cook time. Let's give that about, we don't want to cook it too much because this really will cook too much in a hurry. So let's just go 12 minutes on that, and that should be safe and should be cooked. So today, when that comes back out, our very next step, we're going to go ahead and take this glass dish. I coated it with the avocado oil, which is just going to make it a little easier to deal with. Say, what else is going to go in there? Well, we might as well get this prepped now. We've got a dozen of these delicious farm fresh eggs, and we also have 8 ounces, 1 full cup of half and half today. I went to the old dollar store, and we're using their dollar store brand half and half. So a little bit of milk, a little bit of cream, and we're going to whip this together. And that will be great. We'll get that whipped up. Now, when you do this whipping, you don't want to whip it so much that that it's frothy. You don't want to do that because it'll make kind of a weird, texture at the end. We want it to still stay kind of light. So some people think you really got to aerate this, but you don't have to whip it very much. So all you're doing is just trying to bust the yolks good. And after that, you're good to go. So as you see what I'm doing here, just thrashing around a little bit, make sure the yolks are beat up. After the yolks are busted and blended in, we call it good. So you don't need to use an electric motor. We're not making like you would when you're making a meringue. You always separate the white from the yellow, and you whip it like crazy, really trying to put a lot of air in there. This is the opposite of that. This is basically just breaking the yolk up real well. Once you get that yolk broke up, stirred in, we're good to go. So the only thing we got left now is to wait on our meats, and we also have some cheese. So we can review that. We can review the cheese. Let's see if I can reach back here and get it. Let's get the cheese out of the freezer while I'm filming that. That's pretty incredible. Let's do that. Not lose sight of what we're doing here. And there we go. So I'm going to lay these eggs over here so we can review this cheese. So of the cheese, I have a whole package of Philadelphia cream cheese. And what we've done is go ahead and freeze that in the freezer really nice and hard. So there we've got that. And then we've got some Cabot, really sharp cheddar cheese. We might as well go ahead and just dump these right into this dish because that's where that's going to go. We can dump this right into the dish. That's where that's going to go. So that's done. Kind of spread these out a little bit. I think that's 2 pieces. Let's see if we can get that broke up. Oh, barely. I'm going to go ahead and pour our eggs in. Eggs are ready to go. We're going to blend them right in for our frittata. And we got German Shepherd dogs all over the place here. So one thing I'm going to give you a tip. If you got German Shepherd dogs, got some big old guard dogs, and one of them's a counter cruiser, you cannot leave a tasty dish like that. So, well, it's raw. They won't bother. They will eat every speck of that. Our last top secret thing is a little touch of this Tony's. I love it. It's got some cayenne. And all we're going to do is just sprinkle enough that you can see it on top of the eggs. See how much I put? We're going to call this 1/4 teaspoon. And I kind of sprinkle it like that, and that lets me know how much is how much. I've already added my salt and my pepper, so we don't have to do any of that. And the last step we're going to do is to add our meat. So we'll go ahead and stick this in the fridge for safety, and we'll be right back after that. Over and out for now. Okay, it is time to get this video finished up. Okay, this nice frittata. So we've got our dozen eggs, we've got some cream cheese, we've got some nice Cabot extra sharp cheddar cheese, and now we pull these components out of the oven. I've got 4 of the nice jalapeno and cheddar hot dogs. We've got 1 medium onion and 1/3 of a stick of nice hot sausage. So we've got that browned up. I ended up cooking this at 425 for about 20 minutes. And it came out just perfect. So we're going to go ahead and spoon this in. Let's just spoon this in real quick and get this blended in. I'll show you what I'm doing. Spoon it in over here in big clumps, big spoonfuls. And it won't take very much longer. That'll be done. Now I'm going to cheat, pick this pan up and see if we can throw it. We'll get a little bit more involved here. Get that chunked in there. Look at that. Got a few little bits of onions left. Can't let them get stuck behind, so we'll get these last little bits of onion. See if I can hold that right there with my stomach. That handle's smoking hot. I just took that thing out of the oven, so that makes for a little bit more excitement. You do have to be careful. I am really guilty. Done this several times. I'm admitting to it. Take a pan like this. It's a nice heavy stainless steel pan. I have taken that out of the oven, set it on the cabinet, got busy doing something, and forgot that it is not just a frying pan. It's also a nice oven pan. So if you forget, though, you don't have to worry. It will remind you. You grab a hold of that handle with no oven mitt on, and that thing's sitting at 425 degrees, it will have your undivided attention. So be careful with that. So all those cheeses now, they are still pretty solid. Cream cheese will stay put. It will drop anchor wherever you put it. So here's where I'm a little more careful, get a little more accurate. I don't want a big wad of cheese in any one spot. So we kind of move around a little bit. Watch out for our cream cheese. Try to spread it out, make it semi-accurate, if that's the word. Make it where it's very delicious. Where everybody that gets a slice of this, make sure they try to get an even amount of cheeses and meats. Get the little hot dogs. These are special sausages, what they are. They're smoked sausage with jalapeno and cheddar built in. Boy, that's hard to beat all that. So the glass dish is ice cold. We don't have to worry about it. Just came out of the refrigerator. Now, today's temperature, we're going to set this baby at 425 degrees. We're going to cook this for a full 30 minutes. And that should do it. So I'm going to go ahead and set my cook time now. Cooking time, I'm going to set that for 30 minutes. Almost got that done. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And hit start. That way, no matter what I do, if I forget, this won't get burned up. So we're going to load this into the oven now. Y'all try to overlook my crazy kitchen. This is a farm kitchen, and this old stove was picked up on the side of the road. So y'all don't beat me up too bad for this, because this is a house that is in under construction, and that is a used stove. It's, like I say, kind of beat up a little bit, but we enjoyed it. It was free. I've got a brand new inductive stove on order, so we'll have that soon. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back for a delicious taste test here in a few minutes. Over and out for now. Okay, just coming out of the oven. This is how you know that you got it right. So watch this. I'm going to go down at an angle, and you'll see that puffiness right there? It's just got a little puffiness. Now, that will not stay up very long. That is smoking hot, cooked at 425 degrees. But you can see the cheese is looking good. So we're going to let this sit And room temperature, we're going to bring it up about 15-20 minutes. Just let it cool down, and then we'll cut it up. Okay, here we've got this frittata. And boy, you can see I took that big, sharp knife right there and carefully sliced. Now, I'm real careful about this. I really want it to look nice. It wants to stick to the glass dish, and I don't know a way around that. I put my nice avocado oil. Maybe you could put some lard on there or something. It's not stuck too bad, though, and I also use a butter knife, and I kind of work around this edge right here. Let me see if I can do this on video. And just work the edge a little bit to try to break that loose. In the corners are your worst parts, but you can do that. And then also when you make your cuts, go ahead and make a cut one way and turn it around and cut back the other way. Make sure you're getting the edges good. But here's one of the things you want to look at when you do a frittata. Now watch carefully. I'm going to take my finger right here. It looks kind of shiny. You may think you're looking at wet eggs, but that's a little bit of the oils that came out of the cheese. But here's what you look for. You push down and let it come back up, and it should spring back up on you. And it did. So that's the first test. Next test is, let's see if we can get a piece of this out without destroying everything. I'm going to work with this little spatulosis here. Maybe I could tear up one piece to be able to get the rest of them out. Boy, that's not looking bad. Not looking bad. Work with me. Work with me. This is not pie slice. This is square slice. And let's see how bad we did. Oh, you lost a little bit. But the thing is, once you get that first piece, then that's the hardest one. After that, oh, I'm not going to leave any leftovers, that's for sure. There's not a chance of that. It's not stuck too bad. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. If you let it cool a little bit more, you probably could get close to 100%. But that's not bad. I guarantee I can eat that. So the next time that someone takes a slice, going to be my wife. She could really, see that? I'm going to help her out because I know which slice she's going to go for. Now watch. Once you get that spatula there, you can spatula it back and forth. You can help everybody out. Get them all kind of broke loose a little bit. Yeah, once you got room to operate, you can see, now that one's ready to go. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Make this really look pretty for my wife. I love my wife, and I try to make stuff nice for her. I want her, she's been out working, actually out working on the fence on the farm, and I'm going to leave that just like that. Doesn't that look inviting? I mean, this one, wait a minute, that looks inviting for her. Let's push this back just a little bit. Really cosmetic here. I want that. I want it to look nice. I want it to look inviting. Got a little speck there. Don't want that speck. But the Papa Bear, while nobody's in the house, the baby is sleeping. The dogs are outside. I've got to cut that. Ooh, look at that. Got a piece of that smoked sausage in there. Let me see what this tastes like. Man, I'm telling you, that frittata is so good. The texture of the eggs is it's just like a quiche. It's like a quiche. It puts you in mind of a quiche or a custard that is definitely salty, not sweet. Or kind of like a flan, but a little heavier than a flan. Flan's too soft to compare it to. But no crust. So how much of that's carnivore? 99%. We've got one medium onion in that, but let's review what the other components are. Other components, we've got sausage, smoked sausage. We've got hot sausage. We got bacon. All three of those came from an animal. We have a dozen eggs. Came from the chicken, came from an animal. We have 2 different kinds of cheeses. Came from cow's milk, came from an animal. No crust. So the only thing we have that's not carnivore is one medium onion. And that's spread apart over all 12 eggs, plus the cheeses. We also have 8 ounces of half and half. I just used that from the dollar store because they didn't have any heavy cream. So that's the beauty of a frittata. You can substitute, adjust here and there, but you need that cream. And the half and half was, like I say, good substitute, better than milk. It's basically half cream and half milk. But good 8 ounces and get it stirred in good. So we really appreciate y'all watching. My wife is out there. She's getting ready to come inside. She wants to know how much longer on the video. So I better let her in the house and let her enjoy some of this. So just give a little tap on that like and subscribe. And we hope you enjoy the frittata breakfast meal. Carnivore Diet with Ashley. Over and out today.